Oof. I did something to my back. It hurt so bad and I can't fix it. There's nothing that I can do to fix it because we're in this freaking quarantine and I can't go find a professional person, maybe pay them some money to say, hey, there's something wrong. Could you do something to fix it, please? So instead of doing that, I'm filming a video about the quarantine. Let's start.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Put your hands together. Jump. 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 Jump.
Starbucks, but with a twist. My name's on it. This is my name. My mom got it for me as a gift because I can't get Starbucks right now because of the quarantine. Yes, you have guessed it. I'm making a video about the freaking quarantine. Why am I doing that? Well, because I'm not in New York, and so the normal videos I'd be making around New York are not the videos I'm going to be making because I'm not there. I didn't decide to quarantine in New York. I decided to quarantine at home with my family. So this video is about how to survive the quarantine. Let's be very clear about something. This video is not about how to survive COVID-19. I don't have the credibility to give someone advice about that. I would have no idea what professional help I could offer to someone who has coronavirus and needs to get rid of it. I didn't train in that area. My training falls more in the maybe I can make you laugh or cry if you're watching a movie that I'm in or something. That's it. That's in terms of like skill sets. I could maybe make you smile. Like, you know how like when you're watching Saturday Night Live and they do something funny and you're kind of on your couch, you're like, that's where my skill is. I can sometimes make people do that. I honestly thought that I would be filming my next video back in New York, so I didn't add anything else to the wall aside from our banana here. But I did decide to get a new decoration. I took a picture with the banana that I put on the wall, and then I put that picture of me with the banana on the wall. Because I didn't want to go away from using a banana, but I couldn't find a better banana than this one. So you get it twice, and me twice, double the fun, double the success. So yeah, let's start talking about this whole quarantine thing. In some ways, quarantine has been a real bad thing. In other ways, quarantine has been literally the best thing that I could have happened to have right now. That wasn't a real sentence. And the reason I say that is because New York can be very overwhelming. If I can talk about New York even a little bit in this video, I will do it right now. New York can be pretty overwhelming. It's kind of nonstop. It's kind of on the go all the time. And it kind of feels like you don't ever get a break. So coming home to suburban Maryland and living with my family again has been a nice pause. And sometimes you need a pause. I think I've talked about that in like 5 videos of mine. Sometimes it's good to take a little pause. What that's allowed me to do is give me time to relax and like work on mental health things, which is great. I've also started some types of projects and whatnot. And because of how productive I've been, mainly over the last 2 weeks, is the main reason I've decided to make this video. So here are some ways how to beat this, how to survive. Here are some tips on surviving the quarantine. This is a great time in our lives to kind of look at what we have and say, can I make this better? And if you can, you totally should. You should totally do something to improve your life. For some people, that's reorganizing or cleaning their whole house. Do this spark joy thing. Have something spark joy, and if it doesn't, get rid of it, okay? Now's a great time not to be a hoarder anymore. My little mini version of that is like I've been cleaning my room every single day, and so long as my room's clean, I feel like I can do anything. If my room's dirty, then I do nothing with my time. Has there been something something that you've been like, I'll get around to it. I'll start that later. I'll do that next year. Why wait? Don't wait on doing that thing anymore. Now, you could do it. You don't have to. Please believe me, these are just tips. I am in no way telling you how to spend your time. I'm telling you what's been working best for me. While the first tip was a tip, the next tip is the exact opposite of the first tip. Do nothing. Let yourself do nothing. I was telling my friend today that I have found that the days where I just let myself do nothing and watch Netflix or play video games all day have actually been just as important as the days where I've been extremely productive. Why? Because when do we get to have stress-free days of doing nothing like that anymore? If you're my age and living in New York City or thinking about moving to New York City, you don't get that. Take the day off, and really take the day off. Like, if that means no technology and curling up with a good book, do it, man. If you want a day where you just want to kick back and drink, do it, my brother. Fine. Or sister, or other. Do that, man. There's nothing wrong with drinking right now. I've seen a lot of people, like, judge people who are just drinking all day. And, like, yeah, maybe watch it. Maybe don't be an alcoholic, because I don't know of any positives that come from being an alcoholic, and I certainly don't support alcoholism on this YouTube channel. Maybe on another one, but not on this one. Let's get drunk. Let's get sober. We're on the same quarantine team. A quarantine, if you will. Let's not judge ourselves, okay? Or each other. Just... we're all in this together. High School Musical. The High School Musical did a reunion thing online, and I didn't watch it. I'm in kind of a silly mood, but I'm going to be serious for this one. Take some time for some reflection. I started regular reflective practices in college at the wisdom of my professors. Reflection is all about learning about what's going on with yourself. And I won't give you a long lecture about what reflection is. Reflection is different for everybody. But really take some time to seriously reflect, I think, right now. You might find that there are people in your life who you really, really miss, who you want to give a call. And you can give them a call because we're all quarantining. So give them a call. But you can also find moments in your life where you feel like you've been stressed, or you feel like you aren't doing something the way that maybe you pictured it or wanted to be doing. And now is the time to really learn about yourself and take notice of those things. One of the things that I realized in my self-reflection is that I spend way too much money. I even made a video about budgeting. And now that I'm not spending any money because I'm not going out, I realized, dude, you spend way too much money on things you just don't need to spend money on. Now, I'm not even talking about going out and drinking with my friends or going out with my, doing social things. I mean, like, everyday things. There's so many things that I just don't need to be spending my money on that I was. But again, if there's room for improvement in your life anywhere, find it and see if you can improve it. Video games, for example, get better at those. I suck at them. The only games I was ever, kind of good at were Animal Crossing and Nintendogs. And guess what? I didn't buy a Nintendo Switch, and I left my DS in New York. So in this quarantine time, I don't get to enjoy that stuff. I don't get to go on Animal Crossing and play with all my animal friends and my real friends, but virtual versions of them. That's sad. The first 3 tips were very general tips. Now I'm just going to go into very specific things that people have been doing with their time that I've noticed, and they seem to like it. First things first, lots of my friends have been making YouTube accounts in this quarantine. You having fun? You having fun doing what I was doing before all of you were doing it? I've been doing this for years, and I don't have nearly the amount of subscribers to show for it. And some of you already have more than me, and that hurts my feelings. So, we're on a break, the friends that I'm talking to. Another thing, if you are lucky enough to be able to be quarantined up with anybody, your kind of first string players in your quarantine, I would suggest playing frisbee. Man, there's nothing better than frisbee. Can't name one thing better than frisbee. World peace, I'd rather have frisbee. That was a large statement that I made. I'm gonna take that one back. That's what I've been doing with a lot of my time with my family, is just tossing the disc, the frizz, as one might say. I've never heard anyone say frizz before. that shit's gold. Okay, that I'm nothing better. I love that shit, man. Keep track of your budget during this quarantine time because it'll make you feel good because you're probably not spending any money. That's great news. Sick news, dude. Hey, great news. Love the news. Speaking of news, watch John Krasinski's Some Good News YouTube channel because it'll make you cry. The best tears ever. Sometimes people need a good cry and they don't realize they need a good cry. And if you need a good cry and you don't realize it, go watch John Krasinski's Some Good News because it's some damn good news. And I cry every time. Okay. And finally, the number one way people seem to have been surviving this damn f***ing quarantine thing that everyone's doing is listening to my Stuck in My Head podcast with my 2 roommates. I'm kidding. No one listens to that. No, dude, make a fucking TikTok. Okay? And that's that. So now that we've talked about surviving the quarantine, here's a sketch.
Time.
What day is it?
Is gone.
Well, no, actually my watch says it's 10:30.
Space
Well, hold on, I wanted to know what day it was.
has been redefined.
I'm not following you, I'm just social distancing.
Relationships are nowhere to be found.
This is how I played frisbee before the quarantine.
And people are going insane.
Not according to my therapist.
So, how are you surviving this quarantine?
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not. I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not. I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not. I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm gonna make a TikTok. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around this long, I super appreciate it. If you like this video even a little bit, go and click the subscribe button because it's only a button, so why not just push it? And I will see you all very soon.
I couldn't make you love me. Now I know why.